We bid farewell to an icon and legend of the ring at a sorrowful moment in the world of professional wrestling. The wrestling world grieved the death of one of its most renowned personalities, the legendary Iron Sheik.
I made it to the Hollywood! Yeah!
The Iron Sheik left an unforgettable impression on the profession, with his captivating attitude, distinct in-ring style, and imposing presence. Today, we pay tribute to the Iron Sheik's incredible life by unveiling the moments in his career that cemented his place in wrestling history. So, let's dive in. The Iron Sheik's actual name was Hussein Khosrow Ali Vaziri, and he began his wrestling career in Iran, where he was born. According to World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, he rose to fame in the United States in the 1980s as one of the greatest villains in the history of sports entertainment. He's best known for his curled boots and dreaded camel clutch finishing hold, as well as his anti-American sentiment directed towards other professional wrestlers. According to WWE, the Iron Sheik won the championship of what was then known as the World Wrestling Federation in 1983. He held the title for just under a month before Hulk Hogan defeated him and won the championship. Throughout the course of his legendary career, he was able to mesmerize audiences with his unparalleled intensity and indisputable talent, eventually becoming a household name that was synonymous with professional wrestling. The Iron Sheik was able to carve his name into the pages of history because of his recognizable personality and hard wrestling technique. The Iron Sheik had a career that spanned decades, and during that time, he made an unmistakable impression in the industry. As a result, he is revered by millions of followers all over the world. His passing signaled the end of an era in the sport of wrestling and left a hole in the hearts of fans all over the world. A flood of tributes came pouring in from other wrestlers, people working in the profession, and fans, all of whom expressed their respect for the guy who had amused and inspired them for decades.
You are a legend, you will be missed, but never forgotten.
The Iron Sheik's contributions to professional wrestling will live on forever, and his passing will not diminish his status as a true legend in the field. Now, let's take a quick dive into his distinguished career as we highlight his astounding achievements and commemorate the legacy he left behind. The Iron Sheik first appeared on the professional wrestling scene in the 1970s, attracting fans' interest with his imposing physique and heelish nature. He rapidly established himself as a dangerous opponent in the ring, being well known for his recognizable handlebar mustache as well as his propensity for teasing his opponents. However, his Iranian ethnicity grew to serve as an essential component in establishing who he is. Also, the Iron Sheik played an anti-American villain at the height of the Cold War, taking advantage of the political tensions between the US and Iran at the time. His personality was the perfect example of the stereotypical foreign enemy, and he used his Persian background to make things worse between himself and his enemies. The ability of the Iron Sheik to generate enormous heat from the crowd made him the perfect antagonist for the patriotic American heroes that populated the wrestling world. When he left the WWE in 1988, the Iron Sheik made a cameo appearance in WCW the following year, in 1989. Later, in 1991, he and an old rival named Sergeant Slaughter returned to WWE under the name Colonel Mustafa. After being absent for some time, he returned as the Sultan in 1997, this time in the capacity of manager. Iron Sheik made his final appearance at WrestleMania X7 when he faked a comeback for just one night and won a gimmick battle royale against Slaughter. This victory marked the end of his career in professional wrestling. In spite of the fact that he was skilled at the suplex, the Iron Sheik was primarily recognized for his submission move known as the camel clutch. Iron Sheik's loss of the WWE Championship began a legendary rivalry between himself and Sergeant Slaughter, who had previously competed against each other. In a well-known boot camp match between the two that took place at Madison Square Garden, Slaughter was able to come out victorious. The Iron Sheik beat Bob Backlund to win the WWE Championship on December 26, 1983 at Madison Square Garden. This was the day after Christmas. He was the only Iranian who did this. Backlund's manager, Arnold Skolland, gave up when Backlund refused to give in. This made the victory questionable, as there were a lot of controversies. If you've made it this far and have enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to be entered into our monthly shout-out giveaway. Once you do it, comment "I subbed" down below. Without further ado, let's get to the most exciting moment. The Iron Sheik held the championship for less than a month before losing it in one of history's most memorable fights. In a match that took place on January 23, 1984, he competed against Hulk Hogan. Despite Hogan's defeat, the match was the beginning of his career and helped increase the popularity of professional wrestling. After that, the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov began working together as a tag team. The International Tag Team was successful as a result of their victory over the United States Express at WrestleMania in 1985, which resulted in them winning the World Tag Team Championship. The Iron Sheik was a legendary personality who was known for his affable manner, powerful wrestling style, and unique presence. After retiring from competition, the Iron Sheik became a boxing coach and advocate, passing on his knowledge and enthusiasm for the sport to future generations. His death will definitely hurt the world of professional wrestling, but his memory will continue to inspire and excite fans for many years to come. The Iron Sheik will always be known as one of the most famous stars in the history of professional wrestling. Be sure to watch the worst botches and mistakes in WrestleManias, and we will see you in the next video.